Hi, it's Kathleen from oldworldfarmhouse.com, where I'm all about helping you fill your home with European country charm on a thrift store budget. Today's video is a little different. It's about thrift store budgets, but I'm going to talk more about clothes and thrift store clothes instead of home decor. Long before the days of the internet, my dad would take us to the library every Saturday morning, and that is really, in retrospect, where I developed and cultivated my lifelong interests that are still my interests to this day. I learned how to thrift from a book that I read at the library, and I've got it right here, actually, the very same book. It's called Cheap Chic Update. It's the second edition of a book that came out in the 70s called Cheap Chic. And I used to check this book out from the library every single time I went for years and years and years and years. And I was the only person who checked it out. And then my grandmother one time was helping them just as a volunteer. I was, I think, in high school or maybe in college. And I had asked over the years, I had noticed I was the only one checking this out. And I was like, can I just buy this? And they were like, well, no, you can't because it gets circulated a lot. And I was like, yeah, it gets circulated to me. Can I buy it? But technically they couldn't because it showed that it got checked out a lot, so they weren't able to deaccession it. But then years later, my grandmother was volunteering to help them clean out and weed out the collection. There was some kind of note in the book that Kathleen, that she was interested in this book, and my grandmother saved it for me. They set it aside, and so I came into possession of it. So it's the very same library copy from back then. And this is a wonderful book to learn about how to find your own personal style. It's not just about thrifting, but it has an extensive section about how to go thrifting for clothes. And based on what I read in here, I took my very first visit to a thrift store. I actually walked there from our house. It was kind of a long walk, and looking back, I think, I can't believe my parents let me walk all that way. Did I tell them where I was going? I don't remember. Maybe I didn't. It wasn't like unreasonable, but it was a little. Anyway, I walked to the secondhand store that was a charity shop for the local hospital, and there my love for thrifting was born. And for years, I used this book as kind of a guide for how to shop and what to look for. I learned a lot about quality, what to look for quality-wise and fabric-wise from this book. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. You can still find it really easily secondhand at all the secondhand places. Recently, I got to know Jennifer L. Scott, who's the author of the Madame Chic books. Mine has a coffee stain on it. I don't know how chic that is. I just picked this up used. I love her YouTube channel. She has a very inspiring YouTube channel, and that's where I first heard about the 10-item capsule wardrobe, which is her concept. I will link, she's got tons of videos about it, and also she gave a TED talk on it once, but it originally, I guess it was on her blog, and then she wrote about it in her book, Madame Chic. This is a book very similar to Cheap Chic in my opinion. Now, it's about more than clothing. This is just about clothing, but it's about living your best life and living intentionally. And I'm really intrigued right now with the 10-item capsule wardrobe. So I thought that I would give it a try for this fall. Now, Jennifer doesn't focus on thrifted clothing, but I'm going to give it a try for this fall with the wardrobe that I currently have. I'm going to give it a try with the wardrobe that I currently have. In fact, I've already gone through all of my clothes and I have tossed a lot because I just have a lot of extra stuff that I don't need anymore. I've put my summer things away. This is the first fall in 2 years that I'm not nursing a baby, so that gives me a lot more freedom with what I can wear. So I'm really excited to develop a wardrobe with that freedom, and I'm going to dive into this 10-item wardrobe. The confidence that I don't have to have more clothes because I know I'm going to get spit up on a couple times a day or that kind of thing. So I've got everything laid out on my bed that I'm thinking about, and I've got it pretty much pared down, but I'm not sure about a couple things. So I'm going to take you over there now and just show you what I've got and tell you the provenance of everything. I think almost all of it was thrifted or given to me. And I'm going to focus, so this video is going to be the beginning of a series about developing a 10-item capsule wardrobe for fall with thrifted items. So let's go. I was trying on clothes and I was thinking maybe I didn't explain the excitement of the 10-item capsule wardrobe enough. It never really clicked with me until I saw Jennifer L. Scott's TEDx talk and some of her YouTube videos, and that clicked with me because I did study abroad in France, and I remember watching the women with fascination and noticing that they did repeat, as she says, they wear the same clothes in heavy rotation with the utmost confidence and flair, and they always look fabulous, and it's like the whole country looks fabulous. Here is my pared down fall clothing. I am very happy to have it pared down, and this is what I'm going to pull from for my 10 items. So the way it works is she doesn't count sweaters as part of the 10 items. So this is my collection of sweaters. These are going to be extras. Also under things like t-shirts or camisoles that go under clothing do not count as extras. I have a pile of them here. Sweaters are another extra, so I could use any or all of these. I have had this vest from the Express since I was 16 years old, and for some reason I just am still so fond of it. I cannot get rid of it. I suppose, I don't know, is it 90s? Is it, I don't know what fashion it is even. I have no idea, but I might just keep that and wear it with some stuff. And then I've got this Laura Ashley sweater that my old roommate, my best friend from college, gave me because she didn't want it, and it's a beautiful, it's like made in England and part silk, and I've had it for years, and I'm looking now and I see that I need to take it to the dry cleaners because it has some kind of mysterious stuff on the bottom that I hadn't noticed before. But look at the, I just love it. Made in Great Britain, and it's wool and silk. So neat. So that's going to be one of my extras. And then this is a velvet cardigan jacket thingy with 3/4 sleeves from Gap that I've also had, I think, since college or maybe high school. And I was wearing this when I met my husband for the first time, and I still really, really like it. I'm super fond of it. It is very handy. It's got these little pockets. In fact, a little squeezy top in the pocket last time I wore it. So, and then I've got this wool gray cardigan from Gap. I've had this for years. I think my mom passed it down to me when she didn't want it anymore, and I really like it. And then I have this Fair Isle Land's End. I love it. It's like kind of 80s style with like look at the shoulders. I got this from Poshmark maybe, or Facebook Marketplace. I can't remember, a couple years ago. And I'm super, super fond of it. And then in my 20s, I got this on sale at Anthropologie. I remember it was $50 on sale, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I spent that much money. But I have worn it so much that the cost per wear has to be like pennies at this point. It's sort of short, like bolero short, but it's boiled wool, and so it just goes really nicely with dresses and skirts. And I'm looking at it now, and I need to get this dry cleaned as well for fall. Okay. Also included in her extras are t-shirts, and after I do love Breton stripe or nautical stripe, however you want to say it. I love those kind of tees. I went through all of my t-shirts and realized they were all either too small or too stained, because like I do tend to buy things that are too small, planning to lose weight. Don't ever do that. I know they tell you not to do that. I know that, and then I do it anyway. Found this one. It's Banana Republic. Is it inside out? I think it's inside out. But I found this at Goodwill the other day, and I just love it, and it actually fits me. So I've got one extra t-shirt, and I think that I'm going to allow myself to look at the thrift stores for more nautical t-shirts, because right now I'm down to one. And they're in the extra category. They don't count for the 10 items. So you could tell I'm feeling a little nervous about only having 10 items. So I'm like, oh, I could get more t-shirts and that won't count. So there we go. And then the last extras is things like tights. I do love wearing skirts and dresses in winter more so than I do pants. So I do like to have tights, and I went through all my tights and I realized, again, I could probably use to have some more. I've got 2 pairs of black opaque, 1 pair of blue, and 1 pair of gray, which is okay, but they're all pretty old. And I do like to, what I love to do for tights is to go to TJ Maxx and buy them. The Hue is a brand that I like, but usually like some of the sturdier, thicker brands are at TJ Maxx for less than you'd pay at the department store. And I find that it's worth the upfront cost because they do seem to last forever. So those are the extras. And then when I'm thinking for the core items are the following. I've got these 3 skirts. I got this striped one last year for $1 at one of my favorite stores on their bargain clearance rack, and I really love it, and I wore it a ton last winter. Now it's got a couple stains on it that I didn't notice, that didn't apparently come out in the wash, like there. So I'm gonna see if I can get them out, and if I can't, I think I will get rid of it. But if I can, this might become one of my core items. And then I've got these 2 skirts that I bought from Anthropologie when I was in my 20s. It was called the Subway skirt because it's got these little dots on it like subway cars. And I just love these skirts. I guess I love the full kind of ballerina skirt look. Like it's got this tulle underneath that makes it kind of full. And I've always just loved that kind of like that new look Christian Dior shape. So I haven't worn these in a while, but they were in the back of my closet and I thought it'd be fun to get them out and use them. So I'm thinking probably 2 of these 3 skirts will be in my core collection. So that's 3 items, that's 2 to 3. And then I have these shirts. This is an Anthropologie shirt that I got from Poshmark once for very, very cheap from a lovely seller. It was the most wonderful bundle ever of clothing. This has been a go-to shirt of mine for a long time. I have to wear a black camisole underneath of it because it's very sheer, but it's these great fall colors. And then this is a white blouse with a really pretty lace detail on back. I got it at TJ Maxx probably 8 or 9 years ago for about $7, and I've always really liked it, and I haven't always worn it that much, but since I'm thinking of doing this capsule wardrobe, I'm thinking of going a little dressier in my day-to-day, which I like to do anyway, but sometimes when all my clothes have been so disorganized for years and with nursing kids, I haven't had a good grip on what I have clothing-wise. So it's really fun to do this and just kind of get a clear picture in my mind. This is a blue, I've always loved this. It has this really cool neck. I've had this for years. I got it at a consignment shop. I think it was like $7 or $8 years and years ago. It's got 3/4 length sleeves. I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of my core pieces. And then this is a velvet t-shirt from Old Navy. So it's kind of dressier because it's velvet. And I got this so long ago at a thrift store. I can't remember when. I haven't worn it as often because it's kind of hot. So it's short sleeve, but it kind of feels like wearing a sweater because it's so thick. So I think it'll be good for fall. And then the last thing, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and then the shirt I have on, this is a button-down print shirt. I just got this at Salvation Army for $2, and it's Old Navy, and I know it's going to be one of my core items for fall. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. This is a dolman sleeve shirt that I got from Banana Republic a few years ago, and I had worked it out with my rewards points to the point that it was free. So that was awesome. I do really love this shirt. But that brings it to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 shirts, 2 skirts probably of these 3. So that's 8. Okay. And then now Jennifer says, here, let's go over to the dresses. Jennifer says, it doesn't have to be strictly 10. You could do 9, you could do 11, but see, I'm like, well, I already have so many. Okay, then I have these dresses. This is a Madewell dress I got at a consignment store, probably for about $12 many years ago. I was thinking of it for day to day, but I don't know. It is washable. in order to be a daily item, it's got to be machine washable, because it's hard for me to get to a dry cleaner, and the dry cleaner here is very, very, very expensive. It's not a good move cost-wise. This is a washable wool dress from Land's End that I got several years back, and I absolutely have always loved it. It could be a daily thing. It is a little dressy. I do tend to wear it to funerals, but or one time I wore it to a book signing. It is really nice though, and it could be a daily thing, but I'm running into, I have too many items already, so I'm already at 8, and I really don't want to go past 11, so I might just take those 2 out. And then I've got, this is a Bowden dress, which I'm pretty sure is going to be in there. I love this dress. I've had it for several years. I got it from Poshmark. Bowden is one of my favorite brands to get on Poshmark because I know my size, and you can always find Bowden on there. And if you're patient, you can get good prices. I love this dress because it has pockets and it feels like wearing a t-shirt. It's stripes, which I love. I'm also thinking of adding, it's from Target, and he bought it for me. It's just kind of been sitting in my closet. I've worn it occasionally, but it is really pretty, and it could be a go-to daily dress. And then this dress, I'm gonna go in there. My husband bought me this for my birthday last year, and I ended up wearing it almost like a ton in the winter. Like, I think I accidentally had a capsule wardrobe without trying, because I wore it. I probably did wear it like 3 days a week, just like the French women do, like Jennifer says. And I can attest that is true. I taught at a French public school for 6 months, and that was an amazing thing to me, was watching the teachers wear the same thing at least 2, if not 3 times a week. Is so different from America. So anyway, that I think is going to go in. So if I just did these 3, 1, 2, 3, plus the 8, what's 8 plus 3? I forgot about the jeans. I have 1 pair of jeans. These are Beija Flor jeans, which is this awesome brand out of South Carolina. And the jeans are made in Brazil. I got these off eBay though. And here is my Bowden dress. I still like it. I'm going to use it. I think it looks pretty decent from the back. I wanted to check everything from the back as well. And here it is with the little velveteen blazer from Gap. I think that'll be a good combo. There it is from the back. It's really illuminating to film yourself trying on clothes. And then this, yeah, this looks fine. Also looks fine from the back. It's very instructive. I've never done this before, and I think it's a good way to get a sense of your clothes and what looks good. And here's my husband bought this for me at a consignment store. He knows me. I like to get everything secondhand or thrifted, even gifts. Okay, and then here's my striped skirt, which I still love, and the blue shirt, which I also still love. If I can get the stains out of that skirt, I'll use it. And I think there it is from the back. Here is the yellow skirt. It's a little tight around the waist, and that bow needs to be tacked back on. And here it is from the back. And here's the black subway skirt with the velvet shirt. Is my Anthropologie blouse and the Beija Flor jeans. There it is from the back. Here is the Banana Republic blouse and from the back as well. And here is the other Banana Republic Breton striped tee. And then I forgot about this dress. This is another Land's End dress. It's really great for fall. It's very thick and stretchy, very easy to wear. And here it is with my short little boiled wool sweater that I love so much. So I might add that dress into and take something out. There it is from the back. I love that ruffle in the back. And here it is with my 90s Express vest that I just can't seem to part with. But that's when I was trying stuff on, I noticed that this blouse, which I've had for years, seems to have some indelible stains that I hadn't noticed. I'm going to try to get them out, and if I can't, I'm just going to get rid of it. and also this skirt, like I said before. So I'll be trying to get stains out of these, but these might be the ones that go. And I can already see just from trying stuff on, it's so valuable to just check through your clothes and see what's damaged or what's ruined instead of just having your drawers stuffed full all the time, as mine have been for these many years. That's where I am with my 10 item capsule wardrobe as of now. I will get into more what I'm planning to do with shoes and jewelry and coats and outerwear in another video, and as well I'm thinking of doing that and like do one where I put everything all together for fall. But for now, this is what I'm thinking for my 10 core pieces, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that this gave you some inspiration for your own wardrobe, for cleaning out, for thrifting. I've decided that I'm gonna really focus like a laser on thrifting those Breton striped shirts that I love so well. I don't really think I need anything else at this point. I do need some new camisoles, probably. I usually don't find that kind of thing out thrifting too easily. We'll link to Jennifer L. Scott and all of her wonderful info about the 10 item capsule wardrobe down below. This is Kathleen from Old World Farmhouse. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you love to talk European country charm, getting that look in your home on a thrift store budget, as well as now I'm trying to add, we'll see if y'all like it, classy French woman style small wardrobe on a thrift store budget. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.